Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back again, November the 11th until the 15th. Sorry for my voice right now, I am just absolutely full of cold. I hope you can bear it for the next 15-20 minutes. Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake is almost certainly the big one this week for most Nintendo Switch collectors. It's a long-awaited remake, 3 or so years in the making, of one of the most beloved entries in the franchise. This is the Dragon Quest game that I think started to really set the bar in terms of franchise quality. A bit like when Final Fantasy got to number 4. We have a complete visual overhaul. Aside from that, I'm not entirely sure what they've added in terms of new content or tweaked gameplay, but even if they didn't change anything, it's still going to be a meaty 30-hour story from beginning to end. And this is the beginning of the Erdrick trilogy, which will be completed next year when we get the double pack of 1 and 2, remakes of those. But of course, there is the controversy about the censorship with this, and I get it, it's pathetic, but should we be unhappy with Square or the way the ESRB seem to dictate the flow of what is and what isn't acceptable? It's a tough one. I'm sure Yuji Horii would happily let the ladies' armor show side pubes if allowed. Let me know down below, are you taking a stance on this, or is it minor enough that it won't stop you purchasing it? It's also releasing physically on PS5 and Xbox, and my executive producers, it's a popular one, Dave Hustwaite, Super Ben Julio, God of Resin, Robotech, Thorn Metal Luna, Jennifer M, Issa, Vey, Brent McLean, Kevin W, Lewis K, Instacritic, Ishin, Dane Wilkinson, and my brand new executive, Sora Cat, have chosen this as their pick of the week. That is easily the biggest one ever in the history of this video series. And if you want to purchase it, consider using the links down below in the description and the pinned comment. That massively helps support me and this series. VGP are a really great company with favorable prices in Canadian dollars, plus they have free worldwide shipping on orders over 80 Canadian bucks, which is about 60 American dollars, not that much. Plus, if you do buy something with my link each week, you'll be put into a draw to have a chance of winning a $10 discount coupon. And this week's winner is Guillaume G. Congratulations, Guillaume. You should get an email from VGP if you haven't already with your discount coupon. Thank you so much for your support and everyone else out there. LEGO Horizon Adventures is a very bizarre release. I can't even imagine how this game came into existence. A random LEGO incarnation of a Sony franchise, now on Nintendo Switch. Is Horizon all that Sony has? No LEGO Last of Us? No LEGO, I'm all out of Sony franchises now. Where did they all go? Anyways, I heard previews of this say it has the potential to be the best LEGO game ever made. But who knows who said that or what their agenda is. But admittedly, it's obviously going to be a well-polished game with a lot of content and family fun. Murdering robo-saws with the kids. It's also releasing on PS5, obviously. And my executive producer, JCross7776, has chosen this as his pick of the week. Hot Blood is releasing in Europe this week, and this is the latest game in the cultured, nude-filled physical exclusive lineup from Funbox Media. As always, there is no North American release, but VGP will be carrying stock if you check the links below. This one is a bit more different since it's a fully 3D action game. If you've got a polygonal fetish still lingering from Tomb Raider's PS1 days, this may be the game for you. It looks like mindless carnage, Lollipop Chainsaw remastered but actually running well. I assume. I haven't played it and I don't really need to play it, but my executive producer, Wixit, has chosen this as his pick of the week. Needy streamer Overload is releasing in North America this week. I believe it's releasing in Europe next week. I think a few of you out there will have this already in your collection since it was an import exclusive for a couple of years out in Japan. But if you don't own it, not to worry since it's releasing in a standard edition as well as a collector's edition in North America this week. It's a bit pricey in my opinion, but it comes with a ton of stuff. If you want a visual novel adventure game mixing psychological horror with twists and turns, then this is supposedly a fabulous game. And my executive producer, Alexander Cato, has chosen this as his pick of the week. Alright, let's jump into the low print limited releases. Arcade Tycoon. Pre-orders have just opened up right this minute for this game over at premiumeditiongames.com. This is part of Series 10, the lineup, and is one of those easily addictive management games, and the fact that this one involves opening up your own arcade, that's just the cherry on top. Obviously, I work with Premium Edition games, so what I say, just take with a pinch of salt. But yeah, if you need some management type gameplay, I think you'll enjoy this one. There's a lot of content, and it's adapted to the Switch really well with a good tutorial. The physical release for this comes in 2 editions, a standard edition as well as a retro edition. The standard comes with a great cover sleeve, manual, challenge card, and the retro edition includes all of that, plus a soundtrack CD and a bonus item, and an extra special box. And if you pre-order it at premiumeditiongames.com, you can get an exclusive bonus dog tag. If you live outside of the US, you can order from VGP minus the dog tag. And just as a little reminder, don't forget about Alyssa, that's still up for pre-order, and the sales for it have been fantastic. Possibly one of Premium Edition Games' most popular releases in a long time. And thanks so much. I'm pretty sure that's mostly down to the legends out there who watch this series and watch my videos. Thank you so much. You can pre-order it alongside Arcade Tycoon right now. Postal Brain Damaged is Super Rare's latest game on Switch and PlayStation 5 with 3,000 and 1,500 units respectively. Feels very low for such a notorious franchise. I know it's not a mainline game, but it still has pulling power, and supposedly this is one of the best in the series. A boomer shooter with fun gameplay, good design, way more than just the shock factor the series is usually known for. It wasn't actually made by the usual series developers, and I think that's worked in its favor. It seems to be much fresher, funner, and lighter. So yeah, if you want it, be there on Thursday. I'm pretty sure, despite the garish box art, this is gonna sell out pretty quickly. But my executive producer, Dave Horwath, he's chosen this as his pick of the week. Chicory, A Colorful Tale, is Limited Run's only game this week, and it's a beaut. It's a top-down adventure game where you live in a coloring book that's ripe for being colored in. I don't know much about the game aside from the fact that it's overwhelmingly well received by gamers who find it adorably cute, inventive, and allows the players to be expressive. Perhaps if you're as creative as myself, who can't even design a cool stick man, maybe it's less wondrous, but still, you can pre-order it on Switch and PlayStation 5 on Friday from Limited Run Games. And my executive producer, Cartoon Soren, he's chosen this as his pick of the week. Before we get into the imports, I'd like to tell you guys that now is the time to start nominating your game of the year. I know it's early, but I'm a busy guy. The more prepared I can be, the better. So, as always, there are 2 stages. Firstly, the nomination stage, which you can now head over to the Discord and nominate your 3 games of the year. These nominations will count partially to the final vote, so don't neglect nominating a game just because loads of other people have nominated it. Then a week later, the final public votes will begin, where your nan and your therapist can also vote as well. Then hopefully, by early December or mid-December, I will have everything sorted out. Head to the Discord right now. All the rules are written over there. You can read them and then nominate. Alright, now let's jump into the imports. As you know, guys, imports is Play Asia. If you purchase from Play Asia, click the links below and also use the code Jordan24 to get 5% off. There's only one this week, only one that may take your fancy as an import, and it is Q and Q2 Physical Edition. Now, Play Asia do not state English language in their listing, but your man here, Jordan, always goes deep. I can't go deep in many places, only with physical media, so I might as well go the extra mile. Amazon Japan says it has English. The Japanese eShop says it has English. So it does have English, this physical release. Sometimes I think Play Asia just wait for my videos to update their listing. These are physics puzzle games that are very quirky. You have to draw stuff, so it seems like a really cool game despite the minimalistic art style. There is a WarioWare aspect to it as well, with like the random stuff and situations. It looks pretty cool actually. The physical edition is really cheap, and so I've pre-ordered it myself because I'm kind of weird and I like cheap stuff that looks kind of cool. Japan is also getting these games, 3 of which we have already, and 1 of which does not have English. You can guess which one. It's Beyblade. Okay, now, the community spotlight. Before we go into that, yeah, I have another announcement to make. After many requests, I have finally opened up some YouTube merchandise. I don't know how many times I've been asked to have a Let's Get Physical t-shirt for sale. I've always been against the idea since, let's face it, if you walk around with one of these, you're either going to get punched in the face or get accused of something. But, you know, after James's Gym made the new Pick of the Week logo, the little badge thing, I thought, you know what, maybe I can open up some merch. So if you do get accused of for wearing that t-shirt at Comic-Con, you can blame James's Gym, not me, okay? The store should be down below, like before you reach the comments. And if anyone has some like cool design ideas for merch and this channel, get in touch because I am so uncreative and so unartistic, I need some help, okay? Alright, let's jump into the community spotlight. Executive producer Super Ben Julio picked up these games. Remember, at VGP, you can get both the Trine games for less than $60, shipped worldwide for free. That is an amazing deal in my opinion. Andrew R sent in this photo picking up Fairy Tail. That used to be very rare and expensive, but did get a reprint like a year or two back, and they got it just in time for the second game, which is releasing like next month, I think. Stefan N sent in this photo showing off the collector's edition of Wolfgang Amadeus Skullfang. I do wonder if Clear River Games will do this in Europe eventually, but they still haven't done Batsugun, which I think they threatened one time. Executive producer Kevin W sent in this photo picking up two games with very different pacing, shall we say. I suppose after blasting through Green Hill Zone, you may need to sit down and read a visual novel. VJaw Gaming sent in this photo picking up a little bit of culture in 7 Pirates H. The standard edition is still nicely discounted if you want a boob-filled Xmas gift. Alex V sent in this photo with Animal Well from Limited Run, a very popular game and printed rather quickly too. Good on them. I heard VGP will be getting some stock of this month if you want a second chance. Executive producer Instacritic sent in this photo. Not too many obscure stuff this time, unusual for him, but I have to say that Dread Out 2 artwork for North America, I don't know what they were thinking with that. I think the European one, if the listing is correct, looks much better than the North American one. Executive producer Cartoon Soren sent in this photo with Sherlock Holmes, which is an import exclusive to South Korea. It's one I recently found out about when I did my massive imports video for this year. I always scour through websites and stuff to see if I missed anything, and I did originally miss this when it released, but yeah, I did finally find it out. It's an import exclusive with English. McLaren sent in this photo picking up the Super Deluxe edition of Clock Tower. Well, he bought a couple of them, which is certainly supporting the game. It's a fun game, really nice, I like it a lot. Not for everyone, but for me, I really enjoyed it. Cressalike sent in this photo, showing off Hot Blood, which looks like it was sent out early. Hope you're enjoying the boobs. Adamantium sent in this photo picking up some games from PlayAsia, including Front Mission 2, which is available in Europe on select sites, but I think it's technically supposed to be a forever limited exclusive. Executive producer Feig sent in this photo picking up some Xenoblade goodness before X arrives, and obviously the 5 out of 10 Mario and Luigi. Peter C. I don't think I officially said I'd do non-Switch in here, but oh well, I downloaded the picture already, and East on PS5, and it looks great, looks fantastic. Transient Image made me feel like a proud dad, kinda. The triple import of Koei Strategy Legends. The one good thing about being unwell is that I spent the entirety of Saturday in bed playing Romance of the Three Kingdoms 8. I'm up to like 50 hours now, I think, and I still haven't conquered China yet. Bomb sent in this photo, loving the Tomb Raider remastered. It makes me feel very, very happy to see this pop up in the spotlight time and time again. Definitely deserves the sales. Mickey McFlynn sent in this photo picking up Dark Forces and Turok 3. Don't know if they're from VGP, but either way, you can get them from them right now. I highly recommend Dark Forces, fantastic game. Executive producer Vei, my man in Japan, sent in this photo picking up The Alchemist of Ars Magna. I made a video about that last week. I did not realize that this game is like 95% visual novel before going into it. Kind of surprised me. I expected half and half dungeon crawling RPG and VN, but no, it's mostly VN. Executive producer Jennifer M has no objections to purchasing some badass Ace Attorney games. The first trilogy is discounted on the Switch at PlayAsia for like an unmissable price. I think it's like $20. How can you say no to that? Max1216 sent in this photo with some totally spies things. Someone forgot to write the date on that poster. Why would you sign your name but not write the date? That doesn't make sense to me. Executive producer Robotech sent in this photo, picking up some imports from PlayAsia. If you're into visual novels, that Planetarian double pack, really sweet purchase. It doesn't like waste your time or anything, just a nice 5-hour runtime, good stuff. Choco Loco James sent in this photo, picking up a Japanese edition of the recent Contra game on PS5. The deluxe edition from Super Deluxe Games seems like it comes with all the essentials that any collector's edition needs. The One sent in this photo, picking up the Uma Musume Pretty Girls Derby Dash. I think I'm remembering that correctly. If I did remember it correctly, please leave me a cookie. Executive producer Lewis K sent in this photo. He's definitely picked up something massively obscure in Broadsword. One of those games where I was only like 40% confident like the release date was real. But it's real. Executive producer Dave Horworth sent in this photo, picking up lots of cats. And I think they're already pretty good at self-flossing, so I don't know why he bought that. Cats can self-floss as it is. Alright, please send me your pictures on Twitter if you can. DM me, so what about game? If you can't DM me, then you can send it in the email address switchwatchspotlight@gmail.com. and the Discord. The server link should be below. Only one picture per week and try to keep it mostly Switch, okay? As always, special thanks to my executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Boombox, Brent McLean, Alexander Cato, JCross7776, Punky Dooster, Cartoon Soren, Robotech, Raven Knight, Fawn Metal Luna, Issa, Vey, Offphone, Instacritic, Precision Plague, Alex M, Feig, Josh Foot, Ishin, Lewis K, Kevin W, Jennifer M, Super Ben Julio, Double Dave, Hustway and Horworth, Wixit, and Sora Cat, my brand new executive producer. If you want to join them, check the Patreon link below. It's the final tier, the expensive one, okay? Go check out some of the other stuff. I did an Otomi's video, which, confused a lot of people, but, not every video I make is for everyone, okay? If you check my channel, the most popular video on this channel is an Otomi video, so, it may not be for you, but it's, for the channel long term, okay? That helps, even if it might not be your kind of content. But don't worry, I'm working on a lot of content. I'm bang smack in the middle of a giant JRPG video. Unfortunately, I got this massive cold, so I can't finish recording my voice for it as of yet until that goes away. So expect a nice big chunky JRPG video, and maybe next week, once my voice is not so horrendous. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care.